Hey guys, what is going on? RedMaster here, and welcome back to another episode of Cards and Castles, where today, after what feels like forever, we have finally got some new content to play with. If you guys were you might have been notified via your, I guess, notification settings. That kind of sounds stupid. Or if you guys were just in the game and happened to check upon the news tab, which did have a little one right next to it. If you guys click it, new card release, the Parrot Rush is now available to grab. So I'll take you guys to that event to kind of show you what the card is. Parrot Rush, 3 gold. I mean, well, I probably should save the description when we actually get into the discussion of the Parrot. But Parrot available for about 6 days, I believe, with the increased drop rate. It can still be grabbed regardless of event or not, but the 6 days that it drops, it will have an increased chance of dropping Parrots. So I recommend that you guys try to pull open some packs in the next 6 days or something to see if you can grab yourself 3 copies of Parrot Rush without having to craft it, because while it is available, I believe, to craft, it is a legendary, so it is quite expensive. So I recommend trying to do a couple of pack pulls rather than just going straight to the crafting. But if you have the shards to do it but not the resources for pack pulls, then you can do that as well. But we're going to be doing some pack openings today because I have a couple of packs that I've saved up just for, the events of cards like this. So we're going to be opening a couple of packs to celebrate Parrot Rush. And, not only talking about the Parrot Rush card as well, but we will also be talking about the minor buffs to 2 additional cards that have dropped as well along with the Parrot. So with that being said, let's go ahead and jump right into discussion for the Parrot card itself. So Parrot Rush, what exactly is it? Well, it's a 3 gold pirate card, 2/2 stat line, and is a legendary, which has the ability not only of flying, which obviously I guess a parrot should have, it is a bird after all, but has the initiative of summoning a parrot for each treasure that you have. Now that part is interesting, and it kind of what makes this card special. I don't know why that was so hard for me to get out there, but when you think about that, one card should immediately come to your mind when you look at Parrot, and that card is Rat King. Same gold cost, pretty much the same ability as well, except with the Parrot Rush, in my opinion, it's a little bit harder to use because you are relying off of treasure. And that doesn't mean like, oh, you gain the additional gold the next turn and you summon Parrot. No, you have to have the treasure and summon the Parrot in the same turn for the Parrot to actually work. So usually what ends up happening is, like, I would imagine one of the best scenarios is that you play a Dread Pirate Robins that kills something as it summons. Not only do you get the 5 additional gold, but you get the 5 treasure, and that in turn summons 5 parrots. Now, additionally, you can have lower parrot summons like a Dragon's Horde plus parrot for a turn 5 Parrot Rush, if you will. Homage to the card there. Or, Southport Captain, Parrot Rush, turn 6, although maybe that's not the strongest play that you can make with the Parrots. But essentially, Parrots, in my opinion, just goes back to the Rat King, because if you guys know, Rat King can summon 4 rats right off the bat from its initiative summon. Parrots, again, work like that in a way, but require more with the treasure, so again, why it's harder to work with. Although the benefits of running Parrot over Rat King, it's stronger bodies. It's not just 1/1 with a 1/2 lead in Rat King. All the Parrots are coming out that are going to be 2/2 as indicated by the card. And of course, this can be manipulated with cards like Blacksmith and Armory, which can create some pretty nasty swarms. Now, the way I see this being used is probably most likely people are going to try a bounce iteration. I'm actually working on a Mystic iteration, and I think throw that into the normal kind of Pirate Crusader, possibly good stuff as well. That's how I see kind of them being used, although I think Parrot's going to be like one of those cards that, it gets a little hype, riding the wave of new card hype, and then kind of just, lower down a bit, because as it is, Rat King, some people have used it already to success and others haven't. So when people start to realize that, maybe it's a bit too difficult for them to run Parrot, they'll go back to what they were running previously. Others might find success in creating the Parrots as the base of their deck. Other people just might throw it in there to support their existing decks. But Parrot, I don't really think is a card we should be super concerned about as meta shifting. I don't feel like it's ever going to be that way. I mean, I could be wrong. This is day one, not even 24 hours removed from the Parrot launch, so I have no idea if what I'm saying is possibly correct. It's just my thoughts and my opinions regarding the new card. Obviously, if you guys want to kind of share your own thoughts about that, again, leave a comment down below so we can get a conversation going about what you think the Parrot card might bring to the existing meta or the existing competitive scene. Because it's definitely interesting to hear what you guys think. But that's kind of just my basic take on the Parrot. Again, just a quick recap here. I feel like it's going to be one of those cards that rise the new hype wave in a way that just kind of benefits the Parrot in its form, which is kind of just a swarmy card. It's going to be hard. It's going to be so difficult for some players to use. I will admit that right now, because treasure and summoning is not. Well, I mean, it kind of is a bit easy to do if you think about it, but it might be difficult to pull off strategically, i.e., you might have the treasure, but you realize you can't summon the parrots quite yet, or you have the parrots, but you might be missing the treasure aspects in your hands, so, it'll just be a matter of learning, I guess, when the right time to play Parrot is, what are the best cards to kind of pair it with. But I am excited to see where this card goes nonetheless. With that being said, let's go ahead and try and jump into some pack opening. We're going to jump into some packs ourselves, see if we can actually pull Parrot, because, hey, I don't have the Parrot yet, and I do need a full set of them. So let's go ahead and jump right into that right about now. Alright guys, and with that, we now jump into the pack opening. So we have about 16 card packs, and I will say, for those of you who are new to the event card process, card packs are pretty much the only source for you to really grab a Parrot. I know quest packs might have some chance, but usually the card packs are the greater source here. And packs like the level ups and the free packs won't even give you guys really a chance to grab Parrot. So if I recommend you guys are looking for the right packs to pull, I recommend card packs upmost, as a priority. And then if you guys have some quest packs, you can try going for those as well. But I'm be sticking to the 16 card packs for time's sake, because I really, quest packs, I got 68, and I'm pretty sure I don't want to open up 68 packs. So we're going to see if we can pull 3 Parrots. It's not going to be a big deal if we don't, but I'm going to just try for it and see what we go with. So pack number 1, I do see 3 gold, and let me just say something before we go into these packs as well. I mean, I already opened it, but I am sticking to a little policy here that if I do pull 3 Parrots, I'm just going to kind of save whatever rest of the packs I have. Just in case if another event comes, it kind of seems pointless to just open them all in search of the Parrot, but we're going to go ahead 16 to try and pull all 3. Once we get 3, we'll kind of just stop there. So let's go ahead. We got Furnace, Archive, Con Artist. Alright, Dwarven Greed. Oh, and Ragnar. Okay, well, I mean, not a bad pack, but, like, the Con Artist really threw me for a loop there, and I was like, alright, Parrot, Parrot, Parrot. But no, we'll take a Ragnar instead, which is, it's not too bad, but I would like something, that I don't have, so Parrot would have been nice. So, going ahead, Stun Grenade. Is that 10 gold Pirate card? I don't know. Alright, let me just go ahead. Hemorrhage, Master, Tunnel Escape. Oh, Kraken. That's what it was. Okay. I was like, wait a minute. Kraken isn't. What's a 10 gold pirate card? And then Kraken. Alright, so still not what we're looking for. There's a Parrot though in the back. Battering Ram, Call to War, Temple of the Five Gods, Adaptive Armor. There's the Parrot Rush that we're looking for. Alright, so we've got one. Means I can save up a bunch of shards later if I don't get it. So at least we did pull one Parrot during this pack opening, so I'm happy about it. Let's go ahead and keep opening though, because we still need 2 more to complete the set. Kaijir, alright, Cloak of Daggers, not what we're looking for. Vicious Sunflower, and Northland's Wolf. I think first pack out of the group of card packs we didn't actually pull Legendary from. So, would be a helpful shards later. Sorry, pack number, I don't know what we're on, 4? Pillage. Oh, hold on, I'm going to actually click the card here if I want to open it. Battle Rage, Dino Nest, Blessing. Oh, and Karasume. Ooh, shiny Karasume as well. I'll take that. Not going to be sharded, but actually it might be if I want to craft the Parrot, but we'll see. Alright, moving on. Pack number 6. Bearhawk, Ignition, Stable, Shadow Dance, Tarius Files. Standard pack right there. Nothing too exciting there. We still have 10 chances to get the Parrots, though, so we're not complaining. Nope. Only 1 pirate card, but it's the Rat Hobble. Acolyte, Wolf, and Cleric as well, along with Darkbend. I'm going to be finishing that pack off. Alright, so little shaky here. Still no. Alright, one Parrot card, but that's not 3 gold. Blue Firebolt, Bestial Rage, Foiled Sacrifice, Sharpshooter, and Wind Mage. Still not what we're looking for here. We do need that Parrot, and we still have 8 more chances to go, so not going to be it either. Questing Knight, Sunburst, Ayajitsu, Perseverance, and Meditation. Alright, that's fair. I'll take it. Still a couple of good epics, though. Army of the Damned foiled. Fear, Call Beast, Sleeping Dojo, Last Stand. Alright. Still no Parrot Rush, unfortunately. Reinforced, Burning Sun, Spirit Crash, Green Drake, Shadow Slip. Alright, 5 more chances. We're getting down to the nitty gritty here. Oh, there's a couple of 3 drops. Hopefully it's not a dupe con artist. White Knight, Flame Prince, Injured Trent, Witch Doctor. There's the second Parrot Rush. All right, so we got 2 Parrot Rushes out of these out of this big pack opening. So I'm happy with that. We at least have 2, so that means I can really save the shards when it comes to crafting the third. Freezing Pillar, Mithril, Ship of the Damned, Tarius, and Flux. All right, a double legend in that pack. All right, not bad, not bad. 3 more chances. We can still have 1 more opportunity to pull the Parrot. I think this might be it. We'll see. Bestial Rage, Witch Bolt, Cannonball Barrage, Construct, and there's our 3rd Parrot. Beautiful. So, considering the last 2 packs here, we'll pull all 3 Parrots so that way we don't have to waste any kind of shards to build the rest. Although I believe you can build them. I mean, it probably won't for me. Let's go ahead and check. Alright, yeah, there's Parrot. Alright, so you can craft it for about 800. Of course, you know, they shard for the regular prices, 200 and 800 respectively, to disenchant and create. But we don't really need to do that. We do have 3, so we are, you know, sitting pretty with that. We're going to go ahead and clean up just as well. See what we get. Wow, alright. 2140 additional shards, so it would have been enough to craft our 3rd Parrot anyway. Possibly 300 off from the full set, I believe, because 800 times 3 is 2400. So we would have been able to craft 2, no problem. I mean, honestly, I would have been crafted 3 without having to really dig deep in my shard collection there. But we are going to pull it. Very happy with that. And with that being said, let's go ahead and talk about these minor buffs now, because even though Parrot is the main star of this video, there is some additional information that I probably should share with you guys regarding the new kind of minor updates to existing cards. So as mentioned in the news tab, the release of the Parrot card was coincided with an update, or more specifically in the devs' words, a buff, or at least a minor buff, to 2 existing cards. Those cards being Ajira and Serpent Witch. Now, these changes were interesting to see, especially because, I mean, the monsters have been sort of wobbly, in my opinion, as an archetype. I mean, they're not great as a standalone deck, but their elements have been seen in the competitive scene, i.e., you know, Voyager Minotaur combinations, Grendel appearing, hell, even Kraken sometimes making appearances here and there. But it's interesting to see that these changes were kind of just to improve the quality of the overall, like, just standard monster decks and not really focused on the Grendel or Minotaur too much. But anyway, what were these changes that were, you know, hinted at? They didn't exactly tell us what those changes were, but from the card itself, we can just take a look, obviously, at what, you know, happened to them. So we're going to start with Ajira first, because I feel like her update is kind of minor compared to the Serpent Witch, and that update to her is that she has now an additional point of health, making her a 4/3. Now, obviously, this does give Ajira a bit more survivability to her. Now, being a 4/3, she can survive more than what she would have in her 4/2 form. I think that's great for Ajira, because not only can she, like, take out a unit, you know, like a zombie or a rat that, you know, you don't really want to waste your bigger units or more important units on just to remove. Ajira can also bounce back after hitting a smaller token unit, thereby giving you more monsters and continuing the flow of the monsters, which is kind of the point of what, you know, monster decks have become nowadays, in my opinion. They just kind of keep a monster flow going. It's kind of what they've always been in a way, but, you know, kind of just rushing monsters down, and, you know, thereby powering their own, like Behemothra, Kraken, Colossus, etc. So the fact that Ajira can survive, you know, better on the field and giving her that chance to go back into your hand to provide more monsters is great for her. Hopefully she sees a lot more use in standard monster decks, not just, well, I do want her to see maybe more use overall, but I feel like this should help her more in the standalone monster decks, the classic, purple, green colors, if you will. But again, her change is not really the one I want to talk about because it's not that important. I mean, it is if you kind of think about it a little bit. It is an interesting change, but the one I want to talk about is Serpent Witch more than Ajira. And as you would see, Serpent Witch got boosted, to a 1/7 monster. Now, in my opinion, this is quite interesting. Previously, Serpent Witch was at a 1/5 and really didn't see a whole lot of action unless you pulled it from cards like Ajira. In my opinion, this buff maybe should start to see more of Serpent Witch crawl into maybe even decks that aren't really necessarily monsters. And the reason for that is because stun is a much, much more powerful tool than freezing. We all know that, freezing kind of just, you can't really move your units. They don't do anything. Your opponent can instantly get a first attack off, but then your unit retaliates, so it's kind of, they have to be careful of what they attack with. But stun is a much more powerful tool, like I mentioned, because it completely disables the opponent's unit. They have no retaliation to them. And that's something that I feel like stun is just, underrated for. People like freeze because, alright, they can't move their unit. They're forced to just hold them back, and, you can just do whatever you want on the board because they have no way of just moving their units in response because they are frozen. But stun, as much as I feel like, it obviously has the same comparisons to frozen or freeze, if you will. But Serpent Witch I feel like is just a little bit better, and obviously because that's why I think stun's a little bit better. If you have no retaliation to a unit, you can end up just wiping it out without even losing a hint of life on your existing unit. Sure, you'll lose health on Serpent Witch herself, but after that, the unit is just completely disabled, and you can just go to town, hitting with all your units and not taking any sort of retaliation damage from that unit. So what does the buff have to do with this? Why is the buff so important then? 1/7, like I mentioned, Serpent Witch can survive a lot more at 1/7 than at 1/5. And when you continue to buff that with cards like Armory or even slight health buffs, the 1/7 quickly becomes a 1/8, a 1/9, a 1/10, things you maybe don't want to deal with. Because, 10 is a pretty hard, it's basically half the castle health. You have to take out half a castle's health worth of a unit. And that can be a bit tricky if you don't have the right units to do so. And even if you think about it too, with Serpent Witch there is ranged buffs existing. Obviously Dwarven Scope, Phantom Strike, where you can just range combo stun the enemy, and now they can't do anything with that unit. And even worse, they don't even have the ability to retaliate on the Serpent Witch because she attacked from range. So I think this is a great change to Serpent Witch overall. She definitely, deserves this buff. And like I mentioned with Ajira, because now she can survive longer and go back to the hand more, you can have a chance of getting even more Serpent Witches to your hand because of Ajira's ability. So the two little changes actually work well together here in a way. But again, maybe because monsters aren't in a great place right now, maybe people are just going to kind of sit back and wait to see what the Serpent Witch does, which I think is probably what's going to happen. We're not going to immediately jump on the Serpent Witch bandwagon. But it is interesting to think about how her combo stun might be more prevalent now because she's got more health to work with. She can survive a Kraxus shot, which is what a lot of people are running nowadays. So, it can't really take away the Kraxus' armor or damage the Kraxus. But hey, once you combo stun that big boy is not going anywhere, and you can just freely hit that Kraxus without worrying about giving your opponent more cards. So again, something to think about there. But that's just my opinions on these little monster changes. If you guys have your own opinions, again, comment them down below so we can get, again, some discussion going on what you guys think of the specific monster changes. I think they're interesting, but maybe not gonna, hard shake the meta too much. Hard shake, I just invented, by the way, as a word. But anyway, that's kind of just my take, again, on these cards. Now, before I send you guys off, I do want to give you guys a sneak peek of the Parrot. Now, obviously, you're not going to be seeing Parrot right away, or you might. Who knows what TV is capable of. But since you might not be seeing a whole lot of Parrot right away on this particular day, I want to leave you guys with a bit of Parrot gameplay and show you guys what the Parrot is truly capable of. So, with that being said, guys, I'm gonna, just leave the Parrot match in there. I'm not gonna commentate over it. I want you guys to observe what the Parrot can do, and yeah, let's just jump into the match. Jump into the match then. I have a hard time with sentences today. And with that, that is going to do it for today's video. I hope you guys did enjoy that Parrot match, kind of give you an idea of what they might be capable of in the near future, something to maybe plan for in advance. But anyway, if you guys enjoyed the video, be sure to give it a like, share it with your friends, and comment down below your thoughts on, the Parrot match, the Parrots themselves, the little minor buffs that we got as well. All that stuff. Be sure to leave comments down below with your thoughts on what you guys think of this, interesting day, I would say, in Cards and Castles. That's a great way to describe it. An interesting day in Cards and Castles. And while you're down there, if you haven't already done so, be sure to hit that subscribe button. Help show your support to the channel and help us grow by clicking that subscribe button at no additional cost to you. So, with that being said, guys, until next time, stay gaming.